Hello, Spin Snake here with another figure review. In fact, the figure review. I've been going over all of the Marvel Spider-Man Infinite Series wave, whatever you want to call it, Marvel Legends. And this is the Build-A-Figure you get at the end of it. And what can I say about this figure? I'm actually really impressed with a lot of what they've done, but at the same time I'm disappointed with some kind of cutbacks, if you will. Yeah, we'll go with cutbacks. Not cutbacks. It's like things they could have done which wouldn't have been that difficult, and they chose not to. So, well, we will go over that in a bit. Fundamentally, I think this is a phenomenal figure, and I'm really happy that they've released him. Although, like as per usual with most figures these days, I do have some gripes. So let's get into him. Okay, so first of all I'm going to go over the head sculpt. Now, while the head sculpt is actually amazing, to me it's not perfect to how I envision the Goblin looking. Now, I've got two heads. I'll try to remember who comes with what parts. The head and the back flames comes with Carnage. So as you can see, I've got two of these. Now, like I said, the sculpt is actually really nice. It's very menacing, very evil, and very kind of like Goblin-y look. But like I said, to me it's not how he appears in the comics. The problem with the Ultimate Universe is there are so many interpretations of how a character looks that to make a character like this must be quite a difficult choice. Personally, I wouldn't have given him the spiked beard. It's very cool, but I think I've only seen like one image of it being used, or maybe one version of it being used. Also, these head spikes, I think they're really too big. The majority of from what I can remember from the Goblin, his head spikes were not much bigger than these ones on the back of his head. Maybe like twice, maybe 3 times the size of them. So these things to me are excessively massive. But having said that, like I said, it is a really nice face sculpt. It's very well detailed, very well painted, and it's very cool. I do really like it. I don't know if I've got a spare. I might just try and customize the head and lose these and make these smaller and see what it looks like. We shall see, because I'm hopefully getting another complete one for a custom Hobgoblin, which a lot of people have been saying to do. He has all these flames, like you can see, but they're all removable. They all come as separate pieces, so you can have him with or without the flames, which I think is very cool. These ones here just clip onto the arms. I believe they are different fire pieces. I'll go over them in a sec to show you quickly. So you can clip them on the arms to make it look like he's about to. But as you saw at the beginning of the video, I kind of just had it balanced on his hand, looked like he was holding a fire. Because in the Ultimate Comics he actually throws fireballs, which is very cool. It's hollow, as you can see, so his arm fits in there quite nicely, and they hold quite well. They're very nice. They're translucent, as you can see, and they do have a bit of like fading, like it's a bit more yellow here and a dark orange up top here. And like I said, they are different, not massively, but you can see that they are different. So they could have quite easily just given us the same one twice, but they went an extra mile, which I thought was a nice touch. The back one I think is very interesting. Again, you can see it's translucent and it looks really cool, all this like flame effect coming off it. But from what I've noticed, these little spikes here are actually spikes. They're not flames, in my opinion. What I might do is, if I give this thing a complete paint, is I'll paint this bit green and I would add the spikes. If I get a spare one of these, I may try and do something else. I don't know. I only have one of these actually. I just got the head. I got a Carnage with just a head, no back flame, which was weird. I don't know what happened to their back flame, but it was cheap, so I don't mind. But yeah, I mean, it's really nice, very well sculpted, and it looks absolutely awesome. So really cool they did that. So my gripe in the sculpt is not really a gripe. It's more just kind of a bit of a nitpick, to be honest. They've fundamentally given us brand new arms, so brand new head, and a brand new shoulders to hands, and brand new feet. Everything else, the shins, the knees, the thighs, the hips, the waist, and the upper torso, is all from the Walmart exclusive Avengers Hulk. This is mine, slightly custom hips. as you can see, fundamentally they are the exact same body. And you had a click there because I just tried quickly before the video to prove that. You can even put, see, they are identical. And this one's going to be a bit taller because, like I said, he's got custom hips. These are T-cut hips, where these are Y, which we'll go over that in a bit. And I started epoxy in the detail, but blah 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 blah. But like I said, see, the arms and the torso are very smooth. They have detail, texture, but what they've done with these arms is they've made them more bobbly, so they're a bit more like not reptile, but you know, they definitely look like they're a bit more scaly, maybe, or a bit more. They're bobbly. They've got a great. Let's have a zoom. There's a zoom on the. You can see quite clearly that there's a bobble texture to the biceps and the whole of the arms. Whereas if I bring in Hulk's one, you can see it's not. It's smooth, which is good. I mean, that's Hulk, so it's cool that they did that to make it different. But then when you come to the torso, there's no bobbly, and I think that kind of ruins the look a bit for me, because it's like such a big piece. The torso is such a big piece of this figure that it does ruin it for me to have it so smooth. So that's a bit frustrating and a bit annoying to me. Same as his legs. His feet, bobbly. Calves, silky smooth. He obviously shaves. But like I said, it's just nitpicking. I mean, I get why it's keeping the cost down to just mass produce these parts without doing too much. They've only, like I said, really altered is the arms, the head and the feet. But it's okay. He's got complete, again, look at the hands. The hands are completely different, like even completely different positions. Fist and an open clenched, and these are both kind of like ready to claw the bejesus out of it or something. I'm sure the Hulk head would fit on Goblin's body, but I'm not going to do that. Right, so keeping on the detail though, he has these spikes all down his arms, and I love these. I think these look amazing. What I was saying about these spikes, I think it'd be nicer if these were actually on his back with the bobbliness, and then you could clip that onto the spikes, because although it's cool that that sits there, and it does sit there quite nice, it's not attached at all. It literally just rests on his shoulder. So if you go so you can't have it in any other angle with that on, although all the flames are going up, so it's not a major problem. I just personally would have liked it to be a bit more of a clip rather than just a sit. But like I said, these spikes on his shoulders and his elbows are beautifully sculpted, and they don't really hinder the articulation all that much. I mean, naturally, obviously, you can't like see his Hulk here. He has a cut, so he can bring his arms all the way up like that. But you don't need that, and he doesn't. He can't do that, and I'm absolutely fine with that. Normally, I relish any extra articulation, but no, I think that's absolutely fine. You can get his arms up high enough, so I'm really okay with that. The other thing I thought was weird is I've not really seen much bone spikes on the Goblin. All of his spikes seem to be green, yet they've gone the extra bit to make them all bone coloured, which I think is kind of cool, and I do like it, but it's not really, in my opinion, true to how he looks in the comics, in the Ultimate Universe. And as you guys know, I'm a big fan of the Ultimate Universe. I've read the Ultimate Spider-Mans a few times. I'm actually going through them again, although I have more mine is digital and I've lost them all. I accidentally deleted them, so I'm kind of like just kicking myself a bit about that. But yeah, the sculpt on him is really, really nice for the parts they've changed. I'm just racking my brain trying to figure out if I could incorporate this same look onto these parts, and I don't know if I could do that without completely ruining the figure or ruining the definition, or I don't know. It'd be kind of cool if I could do like a epoxy splatter. It's like but you can't really do that with that stuff that I'm aware. If anyone has any ideas on that, please let me know, because I would be very interested in giving it a try, and may even do it on video. So let's go over his articulation. Head is on a ball. There's no actual joint. It's literally just a ball peg, so it sucks. So no up and down drastically, but on the ball he can go down that far. Ow, that's pointy. And up that far. I just noticed he's got a red blob on his ear. That's a bit random. Full 360 degree around, and you can do a bit of a pivot from left to right. Nothing major. Shoulders, as you saw, this arm can go up that high, this arm that high. They are stopped by the spikes, but they can go around full 360 degrees. Just a quick side note while I'm on these parts. What I've done with my Hulk here is I trimmed away that part there. Just this little bit of overlap. and I don't think it kills the look, and it does bring the arm quite a bit further forward. Like, he can do that. Whereas he, it's not massively actually, but you know, to me, I thought it was a good idea at the time. I don't know if I'm going to do it on these ones. We shall see. Anyway, moving on. Bicep rotation, full 360 degrees. Double elbow, which is a really nice bend. It looks very natural in my opinion. And like I said, these spikes, they kind of, he's got some on his elbow, so they're hidden and they look really cool. And then his wrists are on a rotation, full 360 degree. And then he can pivot from that to that, maybe a bit more, depending on what part you do. Because I don't know if you can see, but his wrist is kind of at a weird cut. It's not perfect straight, which I like. It's good. It hides it a bit. Now, here's a pretty good diaphragm joint, so you can go forward that much, back that much, and it's hidden quite well. So when you go really far forward, you can see like a bit smoother. Full 360 degree around, and you can do a bit of a rock, not much. No waist cut. And this is the part that I despise. He has Y-cut hips. Now, this thing I want to point out, which I think is quite interesting. You can see that's the angle of his hips, and you can see here that they're worn. I've not done that. That's literally just by posing him, and I've been doing that. And it's just chipped away at that. So I think that's really, really bad. So that's quite disappointing if you ask me. The fact that it's not even me messing with it this time. Anyway, he has a Spartan of that. And a split of that. So that's pretty cool. Now, the legs are a separate piece, so I fear these might come off in this view, so I do apologise. They are an upper thigh rotation, full 360 degree. There we go, as I was just saying. Just bear with as they're at an angle, so they will leave it out depending on what you do. Double bend in the double bend in the knee. There we go. As you can see, these bits stick out a bit. These are actually part of the upper thigh, so when he's standing up, they look pretty cool. When he's kind of bent over, they look a bit weird. I personally wouldn't have done that. I'd have actually kept them as maybe part. I see what they were trying to do, and it is cool that they went that bit, but nah. Ankles point from there to there with the ankle pivot. Right, let's do a size comparison. I'm trying to stand him up straight as I can. I was about to pose him, then I thought, no, size comparison. Need to get that over and done with. Am I zoomed in? I feel like I'm zoomed in. No, I'm not. See, that's 1 for 1. That's not zoomed in at all. He's a bit closer than normal. Right, he stands to the top of his head, just over 8 inches. To the top of his horns, just under 8.5 inches. I push him back a bit. You saw him against the Hulk, movie Hulk, Avengers Hulk. Here is a few of the others from the wave. So here's the Beetle. And the does it Spectacular? No, it's Superior Spider-Man. Who doesn't want to stand? There we go. And I've got Hyperion here. And Iron Man there. So you can see he's a big character, but he's not a massive character. I personally think in scale with the movie, the maybe Marvel Select Hulk would have been better. I do want one of them if anyone has one on offer. But having said that, I do think this is a really great figure, and I am very happy that they've actually done him. Like I said, my minor gripes really is the bubble bits and the hips. That's pretty much the only thing. And as I said at the beginning of the video, it's kind of hard to make a judgment call on the head because there's so many interpretations out there in the Ultimate Marvel Universe. It's very difficult to do that. Like his first appearance, he was just basically a bit of a bulkier man. He wasn't like so massive. And his entire, I've got it on my screen beside me. I'll show you a picture here. But his entire chest and his arms was pretty much all flesh coloured, but just with like a hint of green going around them. Kind of a bit like a blend, which I thought was quite cool, but I think the character itself has evolved a bit more into this kind of behemoth monster hulkling kind of thing that you see now. So I am cool that they did that, and it just the details in this character, in this figure, is truly amazing. Like I said, very recycled. The bulk of him is. I would love to see someone kind of continue it over. We shall see. I might try it myself. We shall see, like I said. And if you just have him stand up straight, like I said, you can just clip these on. I don't think it matters which flame goes on which side. I could be mistaken. They don't seem to really matter. So you can have him like just standing there ready to kick some bum. If I grab my ultimate Spidey. And I've lost them. Here he is. What I said would make a pretty good, simple, custom Ultimate Spidey is the movie Amazing Spidey 2. My Spidey looks so much bigger, but just because I think mine's because a bit close to the camera. There we go. Mine still looks bigger. I think he is actually. So there you go. From my opinion, if you want an Ultimate Spidey, and you're obviously not going to get my one because this is a custom, he would be very simple to make into an Ultimate Spidey. Simple paint job, bit of trimming on his Spidey symbol, maybe sand down the blues, done. Nice and simple. Yeah, anyway, not much more else I can really say about this guy. As per usual, I would definitely recommend getting him. And if you've got the series, then yeah, you're going to get him anyway. But if you don't get the series, you didn't want any figures from the series, or you wanted a couple, sometimes I'm like that. I see a wave come out, I'm like, oh yeah, I want him, but no, I don't want that one. Why would I want that? It's like, also the new Captain America wave coming out. I want the movie ones, but I don't really care for the comic book ones. So I don't really want the AIM Soldier, or, well, I want the AIM Soldier only for a custom. But, you know, I don't really care for the character, or Baron Zemo, I can't remember his name. But I don't really care for the Mandroid itself, but I'm just saying if I did want the Mandroid, I'd have to get them and then sell them, but blah, blah, blah. You can find this guy on eBay. He's not terribly priced, complete. I'm not going to be selling this one, as he is going to probably be takeover from my custom one, because I was a bit disappointed in my custom one after relooking. In fact, I was about to redo my custom one, and then I was like, oh wait, I can get this guy, so we shall see. Anyway, I'm rambling now, sorry guys. As per usual guys, thanks a lot for watching, much appreciated you taking the time to look at my video. I hope you guys liked it. Like I said, I do recommend picking this guy up if you want him, or go for the wave. Please leave any comments below. Please subscribe. I keep saying prescribe today, I'm so sorry. Please subscribe as per usual. And yeah, I will catch you guys in my next one. I'm going to go back onto the Arkhams. Can't wait to get them going. Thanks a lot guys, I will catch you guys later. Bye bye.